So today I want to talk about Terra Luna, Terra ecosystem, the UST, Terra UST, just everything that's going on with this entire saga. That's what I would call it right now. It's a saga, and I mean it's something that shouldn't be taken lightly, because considering quite a bit of people have lost a significant amount of financial positions here in this project. I know a lot of people have lost significant amounts of money in regards to this, but nonetheless, I feel like I wanted to make a video on this just because of how I kind of been feeling about it. I think it just goes to show the extreme volatility of cryptocurrency as a whole. Now, obviously, this is something that is extreme and drastic. It's something really we haven't seen before. Just the overall depegging of UST and the overall just insane volatility for the entire Terra ecosystem. But I wanted to make a video that I think, if you're holding Terra, that you might want to watch or just digest, really just take in. Again, I'm with you, and I feel for anyone that has lost um, money here on this project and this ecosystem. I really, really do feel for you guys. I personally did not hold any Terra or Luna or UST, so I wasn't directly affected, but I do know people that were personally, and I feel for everyone involved. But Terra, I wanted to go over a couple articles here that I think are pretty interesting. So, the Terraform Labs legal team has resigned after the UST collapsed. So you can see here, the Singapore-based company has turned to outside legal counsel, guys. The inside legal team that was a part of the Terra ecosystem has now gone to, so they now have an outside counsel to assist with legal matters. The CEO Kwan is currently trying to push ahead with a plan to fork the Terra blockchain, which we did talk about in the previous video that I made on my channel. Go ahead and look at that. But we talked about how Do Kwon was trying to fork Terra, and how many people, including a lot of holders, weren't really pleased with that idea. But you can see here the in-house legal team at Terraform Labs resigned shortly after the collapse of Terra's algorithmic stablecoin wrought havoc on the crypto markets. A person familiar with the matter told the block that legal operations are now being handled by an outside counsel. The LinkedIn profiles for Terraform Labs General Counsel Mark Goldich, Chief Corporate Counsel Lawrence Florio, and Chief Litigation and Regulatory Counsel Noah Axler show that all three stopped working for the company in May, all after less than a year at the company. So you can see here, this is a quote. The past week has been challenging for Terraform Labs, and a small number of team members resigned in recent days, said a spokesperson of the company. The vast majority of the team members remain steadfastly committed to carrying out the project's mission. Terra is more than UST, with an incredibly passionate community and a clear vision on how to rebuild. Our focus is now on executing our plan to revive the Terra ecosystem. Now, I think this is super interesting that the legal team did resign. Obviously, they were going to be in for quite a bit of work for what has happened. I'm sure the outside legal team that is now working for Terraform Labs are very, very busy, considering all the things that have transpired, and all the people that are coming for the Terraform Labs team. And really, a lot of them just want answers on what's the next step as far as people, getting maybe some money back, just the next step in finding a possible solution for this. But you can see here, Do Kwon, Daniel Shin, 2018, founded Terraform Labs behind Terra blockchain. Terra UST, third largest stablecoin by issuance, depegged sharply from its $1 target price last week. Billions of dollars in Bitcoin were sold in unprecedented volumes of Terra's native currency. Luna issued in a frantic attempt to restore the peg, but to no avail. Obviously, the price of Terra UST is now 8 cents, and Terra ecosystem Luna is at 0.0014. The price, obviously, you guys know the deal. The three attorneys, or the three council members that were contacted for the comment, did not respond to the press time. So, but I think for news like this, right, if you're a holder, this obviously jumps out at you as, not good. But at the same time, you kind of got to understand the legal team that was inside or within the Terraform Labs team. They probably saw this and didn't want to know part of it. They probably didn't want the work that was probably coming for them, and they resigned. But I don't think it's that big of a deal, considering now they have outside counsel who can probably do just as good as work as those in-house council members. But nonetheless, some interesting news that they did in fact resign after the UST collapse. Definitely interesting. And then this other article here on Cointelegraph. Early polling for Terra vote indicates 91% are in favor of Rebirth. So this is obviously different from the fork that Do Kwon was proposing. But despite the overwhelming approval of the proposal as of Wednesday, many Terra users on social media suggested the network burn its Luna tokens. Terraform Labs CEO plans to create a new blockchain without the algorithmic stablecoin UST, has the support of 85 million community votes. In a proposal opened to the Terra Luna community on Wednesday, more than 91% of the votes at the time of the publication were in favor of rebirthing the Terra network, roughly 85 million out of 93 million, with up to 284 million votes yet to be cast. The proposal needs roughly 188 million votes in order to pass before the window closes on May 25th. At the time of the publication, the biggest validator to come out in support of the proposal is Terra infrastructure provider Orbital Command, holding 1.39% of the voting power. Major validators with more than 2% of voting power have not yet made a decision, including cross-chain stablecoin bank Orion.money with 8.63%. So obviously we're waiting on their decision on whether or not this will move forward. The governor's proposal that Kwan drafted on Monday called for a new chain named Terra, not linked to UST. Using the token Luna, the old blockchain will continue to support residual UST holders and then operate under the name Terra Classic. So I think there was talks about if they're gonna get airdrop the new Terra, and if you're holding the Terra Classic, the Luna C, and people were confused at whether or not you'll have both projects. It says right here, if approved, would you airdrop Luna tokens to Luna Classic stakers, Luna Classic holders, residual UST holders, and essential app developers of Terra Classic. Terraform Labs wallet would also be removed from the whitelist for the Luna airdrop, making Terra a fully community-owned chain. So obviously there was some pushback, right? This guy on Twitter, vote no on the Terra Luna Volume 2 fork, vote for burn proposal. So that's what I'm saying. There's quite a bit of people, even though 91% of the early votes, at least early polling, 91%. I was reading quite a bit of people that were pushing against this proposal on Twitter, saying this was not the move, that they should be burning the Luna. The Luna Volume 2 fork is not what should happen. So again, it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. I think if you are holding Terra or a part of the ecosystem, I think you should go ahead and vote on this proposal. Definitely, if you have the right to vote. It goes with anything, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I think Kwan is in for a lot of things moving forward. I personally don't have a direct opinion on whether or not I like the Volume 2 fork or the burn proposal. I just think we're going to need to see something happen relatively quickly, whether or not it's one or the other. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. So let me know in the comments below what side you're on with the fork or the burn proposal. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and as always, have a great day.